Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. I'm Virginia and welcome. I hope you're enjoying the messages that are coming through the oracles. I am going to read today from Kali Oracle, and then I have medicine cards, which is all about the animals, and then Crow Tarot is in here as well. And as I was tapping in, it became aware to me that the most important thing, or the message beyond the cards, maybe part of the cards, is when we show up to a space or a place or with others, to be aware of ourselves, that in this space, I feel like, especially here in the United States, is that we are so busy and so consumed by so much that's going on in the world. We've become almost like, what I'm seeing is like walking static heads, which means that we are unaware of how we're showing up sometimes. And when things get really serious, we always focus, right? We can focus. And we have such big hearts in this country that we spread ourselves too thin. And I think a lot of what we're dealing with here in the United States is the healing of what has been, and how the few have kind of taken advantage and have purposefully helped to create that static. So the message prior to the cards opening up is to be aware of what you're showing up with. What does your space look like? How, like, look at everything within the space and feel and communicate. And I know that feels maybe overwhelming, but it'll help us to release other distractions or things that are too much, which was in part of the reading last week, to let go of the clutter. So what is the message, please, for this day in February? How are you all doing as we're leaving this eclipse phase? I don't know how you're feeling about the energy, but I'm feeling really good about it. Everything is feeling calm to me. So these are the two images that we have here. And it's interesting. This feels almost like Gemini or duality, and a lot of fire, as you can see here. And it also feels like part of it is a masculine energy around war, right? So, because I'm seeing this swords energy, and he's holding it at his waist. And so perhaps he's not receiving the divine inspiration before he challenges forward. And I think that this is asking us to balance that, to balance this heat, this internal need to create and to change. And Kali has a way of saying it really beautifully. So, Krishna, you can have what you need and desire, but you must be prepared to enter into the sacred fire to make appropriate offerings. Shift from focusing on what isn't working to handing over all concerns as a prayer offering to the divine. And call that whatever you like. Call it God, Allah, whatever. All can then be resolved and shall manifest according to loving and generous grace. So, right. So instead of fighting or pushing against the thing that is in your world that you don't like, and that's what it is that I'm noticing. I have taken on this new, almost energetic signature that I'm so happy. It feels really nice to see things for what they are, and then projecting out the thing that I feel like is the highest idea or ideal of what it is that I want, which is peace and love and abundance, really, for all. So yeah, so it's asking you to burn away or to transmute the things that aren't working, and to not keep them like, this isn't, you know. So we've spent a lifetime trying to do all these things, right? And that's what we've always been taught. If you don't like something, change it. Well, the steps generally to change it were always these, 12-step programs or these 4-step or 5-step or whatever. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with creating a plan. I think that's great. But I think we have spent more time in our head than we have in our heart. And then so we end up creating things that really are not what we wanted or really truly desired, because we're so busy about creating the pathway to get there that we really forgot to really talk to our heart to make sure that it's what we wanted. So Durga Kalika, in unusually challenging situations, the way we have supported ourselves during more ordinary times is insufficient. We need to open to divine inspiration, which is what this was saying, giving an offering, and protection. And it says we need to open to divine inspiration, protection, and proceeding in new ways. Right. That's part of what this message is. It's like we can't do it the same way by thinking. We need to go into it from a different space. Here is a portent or an omen of unexpected success. Even if everything appears to be going against you, the tide shall turn through divine grace. So that, who doesn't love that, right? We all want things to be differently. And I have to grab this card because it has shown up on the bottom of the deck every day. It's been showing itself. And I know the rabbit is around fear. I'm going to see if there's any other cards that want, but I have every day, it's been in the exact same position. And it has, like, every time I saw, I'm like, I know what that is. It's fear. So fear keeps presenting itself. So where is fear coming up in your life? Is it in your relationship? Is it in your job? Is it in your money? Is it, the fear of the future or the fear of something coming up in the past? That's what this is kind of coming in to reveal. So if fear is coming up in your life, there's some sort of attachment and there's really a need to let go of it. So this is a 3-month and this is 3 energy, and it's asking us to drop it and to stop running away from the thing that you're afraid of, because it actually it's like you can't outrun it. What you need to do is turn on the light. And by turning on the light, that's your inner heart. That's your inner awareness, your inner light, your inner joy. And that's how you get to the bottom of what, and yeah, so I'll read a line from the guidebook. It says, if you've pulled a rabbit, stop talking about horrible things and get rid of what if. The card signals a time of worry about, the card may signal a time of worrying about the future, trying to control whatever is going on in the world, to control your future. But it's saying stop. That all it does is add to the future, to that. And with Beaver Spirit in here, card 22, and 22 is a divine number, so you don't typically reduce it, but if you did, it would end up being 4. And this is the card of the builder. So rabbit is in this fear state, but what we really want is we want to turn our attention back to what it is that we need and create that. Create it through letting go of what is not us. And Beaver always leaves 2 ways, like a way in, a way out. So there's always a back door and a front door, which all of us have. Our homes are literally created that way. So in any situation, I mean, that's basically what we need to do is create multiple pathways to the same place. Or like this is saying, do something differently. Don't do the same thing. Who was it that said insanity is trying to get a different outcome using the same tools each time? So a line from this guidebook says, sometimes Beaver brings you a warning to watch your back. If this is a message, you will know it by the position which the card falls in your spread, which it's in the center position. So that means that you're protected on all sides. It's just, so I don't know why I read that. So it may be relevant for some of you, and that's why that I read it. It says, Beaver always tells us to look for alternative solutions. So that's basically what this one, it was also saying. And then we have Frog, which, 3 and 8 makes 11, but Frog Spirit's a very powerful spirit of cleansing, right? It's a feminine energy to help cleanse away you to, it's almost like a purification. I don't want to look for it in the guidebook, but I think it's around cleansing. Yeah, it is cleansing. And it's this divine feminine spirit, and it's calling you to clean away, to clear away the clutter. And in this case, it could very well be the clutter of your mind. It could be the clutter of your thoughts. So let's go to the guidebook. So we're going to eliminate the fear, find a new way. Find a new way. The beaver is telling us to find a new way out to do things. Oh, nice. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So we've had the Queen of Swords and now the Queen of Pentacles. And look at the Queen of Pentacles is looking back over all of this. She's above it, really. And this is showing many, many things. This is a very unique, I think, pentacle. We have the rabbit here, look, and this is a white rabbit because it's like a purified fear. When you purify the fears, it becomes a beautiful omen. And one of these cards was talking about, you know, that this is a time of luck, which the rabbit also brings in. And then you have, you know, this transformation with the butterfly, and it almost looks like, I think it is, it looks like the energy around, like the fire energy, the wands, and clearing things and creating, which was where this one started from, burning away that old stuff and purifying, transforming. And then we have the lotus, which is the rising above conflict and worry into a state. If you were looking for what you need in ultimate, like, prosperity and divine presence in the world, and if you were asking a question like, I don't know what to do around my job, it's that, you know, get rid of some of the stuff that isn't working, clean things out, and change the way you're looking at things, because that's the problem. Is if you're focusing, you know, and you may be saying, well, I have to. Those have to words should never come out ever in your vocabulary. You never have to do anything. You are a divine spark from the cosmos. You are star. You are the universe. You are God particle, whatever it is. You are like so powerful. So you don't have to do anything. You choose to do things. And if you want to stay in suffering, or if you choose to only see things from a limited space, it's a choice, and I have no judgment. But the cards are offering you an idea that perhaps if you change the way you did things, or change the way you looked at things, or anything, and let go of fear, because fear only generates more fear. You can't outrun fear. You inevitably end up having to turn around and focus. Like, why am I afraid of this thing? Right? All right, so I think that's your reading today. I love it. I'm going to end here. Thank you all for coming to the channel every day. I really, really, truly appreciate you. And I'm sending you tons of love. So until tomorrow, bye now.